Hey there, welcome and thanks for joining me. If you're new to my channel, I hope you consider subscribing. And if you enjoyed this tutorial, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up and share with friends and family. It'll help my channel grow. And also click on that bell button so you can be notified every time I upload a new video. So for today's tutorial, what you're going to need is one of these baskets. Now you can even use one of the big waste baskets that they have at Dollar Tree, but I ended up using one of the smaller round ones because I wanted to hang it, and the area that I want to hang it in, it's a smaller area. So what you're going to do is remove the handle of your basket, and then you're going to firmly bend down half in the middle of the hooks where your handle was at, down about a quarter way down. And what you're trying to do is basically make like a V collar neck. So with some pliers or with your fingers, you can just bend it down. Once you're happy with the amount that you've bent, go ahead and pinch the bottom of your basket to make it smaller than the top part of your basket. So what you're basically doing is trying to make a waist. So once you've made the waist and you're tightened it as much as you can and you're comfortable with how it looks, and all you have to do is worry about what's going to be the front of your mannequin. So you just keep working with your wire basket until you're happy with the waist size and everything else. Now what you're going to do is, with some wire cutters, go ahead and cut down right where the hook is at, where your handle was at. Cut basically right down the line right there, all the way down to the bottom of your basket. And just cut the side of the bottom until the bottom of your basket. Just like that. And you're going to do that to both sides. Now, I thought I was going to be able just to twist it and kind of wiggle it and break the top rim part, which it didn't work. It was pretty strong. So what I ended up using was my wire cutters, and I just cut the top part off of the wiring. So I just cut the top row of the basket. And then what I did was bend my rim up to make it to a handle part to hang it. Now, yes, you can use just the handle that you removed, but the thing is, when you have to remove the backing of your mannequin in order to bend it to make the bottom part, you're going to have to either remove this rim or use it as a handle. So I figured I would use it as the handle. Now, if you break and where it breaks on its own, don't worry about it. Again, you can use your handle that it came with. So what you're going to do is basically bend your rim up towards the handle rings, just like this, and just go ahead and pull it up as much as you can. And then you're going to bend the back part of your basket. And then once you've bent it as far as you can, go ahead and bend the bottom rim of your basket in half. Just like that. And then you can basically bend it a little bit with your pliers and then just bend the rest with your fingers. And then you're going to pinch the ends to make sure that the rim is tight and basically touching each other to make it one complete mannequin. And there you have it. Now you can leave it like this and use it for, maybe some jewelry, put your necklaces on here or your earrings. So it'll be really good to use for storage for your jewelry. But what we're going to do is the Christmas mannequin. So what we're going to do here is just work with the top part. Again, just making sure it looks like the mannequin, like a corset, and you want your waist to be defined. So once you've done that and pinched it together, you're going to basically open the bottom part of your wire basket. And that all you do is just pull it apart. And I just try to shape it into a round, basically a dress. And then once you're happy with that, go ahead and pinch the ends where you cut, just to make sure there isn't any wires poking out and it's nice and smooth. And you're just pinching it inwards of any of the extra wires that are poking out. So do that along both sides. And there you have it, your mannequin. So now, once you've done that and you're happy how it looks, what we're going to do is get some mesh from the Dollar Tree, a roll of it. Now, I got this white color. Again, there's quite a few different colors that you can pick from right now, especially because they still have fall stuff out, but they're also adding the Christmas colors. So you have a wide variety of different colors that you can pick from. But you just pick the color you'd like to use, or you can even use some burlap, or leave it as is. You don't have to put any kind of mesh or ribbon on top, and just leave it the wire basket look. So go ahead, and if you choose to add some mesh, just put some hot glue along the ends and then wrap your mesh inwards, which is going to be the back of your mannequin. And try to do it as tight as you can. And then go ahead and you do the top part of your mannequin, basically gluing it inwards again to make the form of your dress. And all I used was some hot glue. What I do recommend is, if you're going to do it the way I'm doing it, make sure you have your mesh long enough at the top and the sides to enough to where you can fold it in, so it can have a seamless line. Now, there's so many different ways you can make this. You can make it country theme, you can make it Victorian and glam style like I am. There's quite a few different ways. And if you want to see a country theme one, go to my Instagram, because I did make one country theme, more of a farmhouse style, and you can see what I used for that one over there. So once you've done gluing your top part, whatever fabric you choose to use, because you can even use scarves if you like for this top part, go ahead and get these Christmas tree garland twists, I guess they're called. And what you're going to use, it comes 12 in a pack, and what we're going to do is basically fold it. I folded it not in a half, but maybe a little bit, one made longer than the other one. And then what I did was make a hook where I bent it just like this, and then I put it in through one of the triangles from my basket, and then pinched the back, and it stayed nice and secure. And I went and continued to do that with all 12 that come in a package. You just fold it down as long as you want, depending on how long you want the bottom part or your dress part to be. And then just go ahead and pinch and make like a hook at the top where you folded it, and then you just insert it into one of the triangles and pinch them down. Pinch it to your basket just like this, and then you can continue to do this with all 12, depending on how full you want your dress part to be. The bottom of your dress to be is how many you're going to use. What I ended up using was a package and a half. This right here is one package. That's 12 of those garland, but I still wanted it to be a little bit more fuller. So what I ended up doing was folding, and then every two of the ones that I already had put in on top of the garland, I kind of separated it and put another one halfway down my wire basket, or the bottom part of my wire basket. And just go ahead and do the same thing. Fold it, pinch it, and put it inside one of the triangles of your basket, and tighten the hook towards the back. Now, if you don't feel comfortable doing it this way, feel free to add some hot glue at the back, or even some E6000 or Fix-All. And add as much as you like of this green garland twist ties. And like I said, I ended up using a package and a half, and I was comfortable with this amount. Now you play with it and fluff it up until you're satisfied and happy with the amount that you're adding on. And you can make them as long as you like. Like I said, I'm bending mine, but you don't even have to bend them. You can just basically, leave them the length they are and just make a hook at the top and make it that long. But this is the way I wanted to make it. I didn't want it to be too big. So this is basically your mannequin Christmas tree. Now, to decorate it, again, you can decorate it as any way you'd like. any style you like. I wanted to make it more of a waist. So what I did was grab one of these greenery garlands, pick up my hot glue gun because it fell, and I did add hot glue to this garland because it was wrapped from one end to the other, and I wanted to make sure it was nice and secure. So once I was done with that, now the fun part comes, and I ended up using these Totally Dazzled pins. They were generous enough to send me some, and if you want to order your own, I'll leave the link down below. These are the rose gold pins that they've sent to me, which are beautiful. They are just beautiful. They're gorgeous, and there's so many different styles in one package. But I ended up using one pin that looked like a Christmas snowflake to me, and the bow and a small rose. And then they also sent me this sequence ribbon, and I ended up using the top part of the sequence for the top part of my mannequin, and this is also in rose gold. And I love the packaging because it comes in one of these bags, and I just love it because now I can just put everything in there and I know exactly where all my pins and this ribbon sequence will be at. So just go ahead and cut it to size your sequence ribbon to whatever size you like. I ended up using 2 for the top part, and I just used again hot glue and glued it along the rim of the top part. And right where the point is at, I just basically made the V with the sequence itself, just like this, and then I just continue to glue it all the way back to the other side. And now just go ahead and remove the ends of the sequence. Now, this again, you can pick whatever pin that you like. I love this little bow that comes in one of the rose gold sequence packages. So what I did was just add some hot glue, and I ended up putting it kind of on the side to make it just to be on the side, since I wanted to add another pin to the middle of my top part of my mannequin, and I went with this smaller rose gold pin that is shaped into a rose. This is my first time working with Totally Dazzled products, and I love it. They're just so pretty and such a good quality. So now what I did was grab some of my wire lights, and as you saw, I ended up putting the battery pack at the back of my top part of my basket or mannequin, and just kind of played with the wiring all the way and just ran it in and out and up in the bottom, and went up and down on the garland or my tree part of my mannequin, and just kind of worked with it until I was completely happy with the lights and where they were at. I twisted it around some garlands, and I just tried to work with it and put it in and up and down and over, and again just twisted it to make sure it was secure everywhere. And then the last one, wherever I ended up at, I just put the last part of the wiring and twisted it into one of the triangles of my basket, one of the openings, and then wrapped it around one of the last garlands, and it stayed nice and secure. Now I glued my battery pack to the top part of my mannequin like that, so I could just easily turn on and off the light switch from right there. So once you're happy where your lights are at, go ahead and get your sequence again from Totally Dazzled and cut it the size you want. And I cut 2 strands and made bows. And again, you can cut as many bows as you like. And these bows that I made, basically it was a strand of about 4 to 5 inches in length. And then I shaped it into a bow. And all I did was add glue to the points where I folded it. So I made the top part, and then I glued it And then I glued the bottom part to the top. And set it aside and continue to make my bows that way. Gluing the two together, and then where I glued the two together, I folded it and made my bow and then put a little bit of glue there. And that's how I made my sequence bows. So I made about 4 to 5 of them. Now what I ended up doing was cutting one strand of this sequence ribbon. And I cut a few of the one strands. I think I cut 2. Now I'm going to use this kind of like your sequence garland around your dress. And I just kind of wrapped it and did the same thing the way I did the lights. I just intertwined it into my Christmas tree part of my dress. Adding a little bit of glue to secure the ends of it, and just played with it and worked with it in and out of my Christmas tree part. And I did it loosely so I could still play with it once I glued both ends to the back of my mannequin. Adding a little dot of glue, and then I just kind of pinched it and made sure it was nice and secure. And so what I did was ended up adding 2 of this single strands of this rose gold sequence ribbon to my Christmas tree. Now once I was happy where that was at, I just started decorating with my bows and adding them wherever you like, as many as you like. So this entire project was basically from all the decorations came from the Totally Dazzled website, just like this. And you can add as many or as little as you like of these bows. So what I did was wrap some of this hot pink ribbon from Dollar Tree to the top of my handle. Adding a little bit of glue to start it off, and then just wrap it around and kind of as tight as I could, holding it with one hand and wrapping it with the other around the entire top part of my handle. Once I was to the opposite side, I added a little bit more glue and wrapped it around about 2 to 3 times to ensure it was nice and secure, and then cut it into the ribbon. Now you can leave it like this, or depending on how much glam you want in your Christmas tree. What I did was end up adding a bow with extra hot pink ribbon. And just add it evenly, and there you have it. Now you can leave it like this, or again, add some more. And I have some of this rose gold little beads that I had from, I believe I bought these at Joanne. And I had some of these flowers that I purchased at the same place. And since these have wiring, all I did was the same way I did the Christmas garland. I ran the beads through and just bent the wiring from the beads towards one of the triangles in the basket, and then bent it to the in the back, and it stayed. Now if you don't have this kind, just go ahead and add some glue to your beads, and you can strand them, glue them onto your actual branches of the tree themselves. And once you're happy with as many beads as you wanted to add, go ahead and remove these little flowers from the actual branch itself. And then I just added some glue and kind of inserted them throughout my entire Christmas tree. And you just decorate as you like. So once I was completely done with that part, I went ahead and had some of these silver extra Christmas balls that I had in a strand of lights from Dollar Tree as well. And then I just added them to my Christmas tree. And this is how it looks. Doesn't it look just gorgeous to me? What do you guys think? This is the way it looks with lights on. I hope you enjoyed this Christmas tree mannequin. Till next time, you guys stay blessed. Bye. For easy access, I'm going to leave the link for Totally Dazzled down below.